Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, the Hip Hop Lobbyist, and in today's video, we'll be watching this Elon Musk, I guess, press conference, this rally he had in Wisconsin before the election tonight. You know, I haven't been posting in a while. If you don't know, I am a full-time lobbyist, part-time, full-time, whatever you want to be, gamer, whatever it is. But I've actually been making more content on my Day in the Life series there. And honestly, there's been kind of that transition of trying to grow a YouTube channel, also the rhythm and blues of being a lobbyist, to where I understand the scheduling of, you know, when clients need more representation, more not coddling, but like hand walking through the process, and when things are actually happening, whether it's budgets or new laws and things of that nature. And it's been hard to kind of compartmentalize and say, okay, am I going to pack up my entire computer, all my laptops and screens and everything, and carry my things with me every 2 days? Or am I going to travel and record on the road? Or what am I going to do? Well, you know, it's been tough. But either way, I've tried to make it more convenient to record and actually say, you know what, let's talk about some of the issues that really matter for what it is. But in today's video, one, thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel. But we want to hear what Elon had to say last night, because there's been a lot of things happening between the Department of Education and other factors of laws and executive orders that the Trump administration and various states have tried to push through. So either way, let me start the talking. Let me thank you for being here. But more than anything, let's jump into this press conference, this town hall event with Elon last night.
All right, so we're also going to be announcing, or we are announcing now, a program, sort of a Get Out the Vote program. That's the webpage should be going live, I think around now, which is at the America PAC website, or just go to the America PAC X account. And the single biggest challenge, I think, is actually just making people aware that there is this very important election. And there's both the very important election for Judge Schimmel, as well as the deciding on adding voter ID to the Wisconsin Constitution, which is very, very important.
You know, real quick, I'll say this before we get further into it. Why does it feel like Trump should have picked Elon as the vice president instead of JD Vance? Because it's almost as if Trump has two VPs, right? I think that, I don't know the rules here, I could be breaking them. Could the VP be from South African descent? Right? Most likely they have to be American. But for what it's looking like right now, it's Trump, Vance, Musk ticket. Because Elon looks like he has a whole security clearance. Like, I mean, I don't mean security clearance, oh, I can get in the White House. I mean like, oh, Secret Service, FBI, and CIA are putting a complete detail around you because you're just as important as the president. And maybe I could be blind here, but I didn't have a problem with Elon for a while. You know, it's like, okay, he's a super genius, quote unquote, founder of Tesla, super billionaire, whatever, right? But the more it's kind of turned lately, it's been like, damn, like this guy could really own everything. Like iRobot could be a thing, but he just seems like he's a vice president. And maybe I'm alone here. Let me know in the comments, but it seems like Elon is more vice president than he is the founder of all these super organizations, SpaceX, Tesla, whatever, that you wouldn't expect this from a vice president. I mean, am I tripping?
So it's quite shocking that I mean, you can sort of tell where voter fraud is happening, where they ban ID, you know? Like, why would you ban ID? Like in New York and California, it's like illegal to show ID at an election. Well, I can't imagine why that would be the case. So two really important things is really just ensure judicial integrity on Tuesday, and then the voter ID thing, and you know, it's April Fool's Day, and it's like, I think most people aren't aware, like I said, most people aren't aware that there is this important election. Most people don't even know that there's an election at all.
Right. Right.
And
I think that's actually scaring a lot of Republicans in some areas when they're looking at some of these races to say, you know what, we don't have a supermajority in the House. It could come down to implementing Trump's agenda with a couple, 2 or 3 voters, 2 or 3 Republicans somewhere who could be on the fence, more moderate, right? So they need these other seats to actually control a base to implement, right? But Vice President Musk out here on the campaign trail is really kind of echoing the fact of what Republicans are saying and feeling, because Democrats have shifted a little bit from what I know and I guess what I can share at the moment. They've shifted their focus from the social justice issues into actual factual things. Like in certain areas, they're campaigning on Social Security, Medicare, veterans. They're not going all the way with guns and things of that nature. But I could see a precipice of Democrats, if they can win on April Fool's Day tomorrow, we will live stream the election results. If they could get the results that they're looking for, I feel that the Republicans would be in the same situation they were in 2004, right? Not 2024, 2004, to where the Democrats could then go into 2026 with more moderate, conservative, business-driven Democrats, farmers, whatever it may be, right? And be able to chip off the block to derail the entire Trump administration for the next 2 years, to stop the third term and everything else. That's a whole nother video. But thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel if you stayed so far. But either way, let's get back into this Elon Musk press conference town hall in Wisconsin.
And where it is, and they aren't sure yet of, or they don't realize just how important it is. They think it's just, some kind of judicial thing that's not that important. But it actually, what they're doing, what's happening on Tuesday is a vote for which party controls the U.S. House of Representatives.
Told you.
That is why it is so significant. And whichever party controls the House, it to a significant degree controls the country, which then steers the course of Western civilization. So it's like, I feel like this is one of those things that may not seem that it's going to affect the entire destiny of humanity, but I think it will. Yeah. So, it's a super big deal, and the fact that I'm here in person, like I'm not phoning it in. I'm here in person. Yeah. So.
I mean, I guess there's some power to it. You're not voting in person. I mean, you don't live there, so of course you shouldn't be able to vote. But you having a rally, I really want to see, I guess, how many people were actually there. Then the other part of it is factually to the point. Is Elon really going to drive the votes? Why wouldn't Trump show up? To me, it would make better sense if Donald Trump was at this rally over Elon Musk. Or if JD Vance was there. Maybe there was a joint rally and this is just Elon's portion, but from what I'm seeing, it was just Elon there. And it's like, why would we care how Elon feels about this election? We are Wisconsins, Green Bay Packer fans. We pay for the players that are here, right? Why would we care what Elon says? Because I don't see how it relates to his lifestyle to the citizens there, whether you're Republican or Democrat. Right? How does he relate outside of maybe factory work? You're just a henchman for the Trump, like regardless of how you feel. He could be a henchman for the Trump narrative, but wouldn't it be more influential if it was a vice president or the president himself coming to speak to you? Why does Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla and SpaceX and all these different companies, why does what he say matters? I think that's what some voters in Wisconsin need to ask themselves tonight before they go into the election booth tomorrow. Because even though it's about Western civilization, freedom, America, everything, it's like, you know what? Damn, the underlying part of me feels, wouldn't this be great coming from an American? Not naturalized. It's not because I have family members that are, naturalized or, whatever, gone through the process. The stars, stripes, they know more of the Constitution than you do, right? However, there's a point of actually saying, cool, why you? You have Twitter, you control the algorithm, you control the narrative for what you want it to be. I block Elon. I don't follow Elon. Elon still shows up in my Twitter feed. Him and his henchmen. And it gets to a point of saying like, damn, like nobody else is fighting the other side. They're in the comments. But then they're in the comments looking like bots. What are you supposed to say? What are you supposed to do? Either way.
And there were quite a few death threats, I have to tell you. I was like, my security team said, well, it's actually gone down from yesterday to today. It went down from 18,000 to 17,000. So I'm like, well, maybe it's getting better, you know? But you can see like how crazy some of these people are. You know, look at the two sort of people that tried to assassinate President Trump. You know, I mean, I was, and one, you know, they both almost succeeded. So it's real. Like it's not like some imaginary thing. So anyway, so
what are you even talking about?
What we're announcing is kind of like a block captain program where somebody can sign up to knock on doors in their zip code and encourage people to make people aware that there is a vote.
Which is basically something that's called canvassing. In campaign world, it's called canvassing. You know, it's nothing new.
And then aware of how important the vote is.
Right.
So you can sign up to be a kind of a block captain for your zip code on the America PAC website right now.
It's kind of crazy because this is typically handled at the Republican executive committee or Democratic executive committee level locally. They break it down by precincts, not zip code, because zip code is a lot of people. It's a lot of areas. And if you're breaking down territory by zip code, and you're talking to everybody with no kind of data and no kind of block, then you're just out here fishing the fish. Like there could be nothing in this pond but alligators. You're looking for some catfish. It's not gonna happen. But I think this is a crazy way to actually get people to pay attention. Like, damn, they're paying people to do canvassing? Yes. People typically make $15 to $20, $25 an hour canvassing because they know that you're gonna have a spreadsheet of voters that you have to go knocking on their doors, and they can have dogs, they can have long driveways, they could not want you there, and say, hey, yeah, you know, there's an election tomorrow. We need you to go vote for American Western civilization to implement Trump's agenda. And people won't know. But they'll be remembered and they'll probably show up to vote. And those 5 or 10 votes may decide the selection in a lot of key races that'll happen tomorrow, April Fool's Day. So somebody will be fooled. Either Democrats may be fooled and say, you know what, we really thought that we could win something over, or Republicans will be fooled and say, damn, we really thought we had the House. You'll find out tomorrow, though. Either way, make sure you like and subscribe to the content. Let's finish watching this Elon Musk interview. About 2.5 minutes, almost 3 minutes left.
Yeah, and if you do, it's like basically $20 for just taking a photo with somebody. It's pretty straightforward. You just knock on doors in your neighborhood, and give them either a digital or a paper, you know, picture of, you know, Justice Brad Schimmel. It can be an approximation. It doesn't have to be exact.
What?
But they just have to say thumbs up and hold a picture of Judge Schimmel, and that's it. And you get $20. It's pretty easy. It's easy money. So
that's not even.
The whole point of it is just to make people aware of the election, and say that there is an election. It's on Tuesday, and it's super important. Please vote. So.
I guess that could be in the rules. I guess I don't know. I mean, Wisconsin may have the different rules, and the thing about it is, with some judge races, they cannot campaign, or at least in Florida, at least, right? They can't campaign. They can just, you know, hey, I'm on the ballot. You know what I've done, and have the news and press conference kind of speak for themselves because it's like a non-political kind of thing. But this could really be riding the fine line of that. Some attorneys, please hop in the comments and let me know how illegal or legal is that. I'm a little bit confused because that's not the canvassing that I thought we would be doing. Because listen, if you had to go pay a canvasser, now he could change the game politically next cycle, right? You got to go talk to somebody, take a picture with them, right? With the campaign literature, you get paid $20 per picture. You know how many friends I'm gonna hit up in the city. I'm gonna be on the same block, hit my whole neighborhood. That's wild. If you hit enough houses and you have enough friends, man, it wasn't the election, man. Let me see how long does it take to get from here to Wisconsin? How you sign up?
But I think without something like this,
see, because that's the thing. People in that hurt and be like, damn, they actually fly people out to do petitions and things of that nature, and they get paid per petition. So now you're gonna pay people per picture with a picture of a judge with a bruh. We got a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of followers. I don't have a lot of subscribers. Make sure you like and subscribe. But I would find some friends that at least come up on $6,000. Talking about.
We actually are in serious danger of losing the election. This is very important to put.
That's why they're trying to buy it.
If you look at the betting market odds, so if you look at sort of the Poly market or Kalshi, like the betting markets, it varies between 85% and 90% probability of loss for Justice Schimmel. That's the current situation. So we got to pull a rabbit out of the hat next level. We're actually going to have a steady stream of rabbits out of the hat, like it's an arc of rabbits flying through the air.
What?
And landing in a voting booth. Interesting picture.
I would say, for real, I'm going to go on record and say it now. If there is a landslide, if there's something crazy that happens with these elections, and like, I'm not saying the polls are all off and they're right or wrong, whatever, right? But if there's something here that just doesn't make sense, y'all need to investigate Elon for elections fraud, bruh. Because Shonda Rhimes couldn't write no shit like this. What was it? Scandal? What was the shit? Where they sold the elections. Y'all know the shit I'm talking about. Something 22. Whatever the voting machines were. Investigate Elon after this shit, because you're trying to pull a rabbit out of the hat. The rabbit out of the hat to me would be stealing another election for judicial cycle, so that you have another stumbling block that's removed to implement the process. Now, I'm not saying it's not the way things typically go, but why is Elon the vice president doing it and not Vice President Vance?
Grok could probably make that picture. That's basically what's needed. We need to generate an anomaly in the matrix, and because I think there's currently the Dems are 100,000 votes ahead. But if the people that voted for President Trump simply vote on Tuesday, we will win. That's actually all it takes. Just vote. Boom. Done. Victory. So. We basically need to dragnet the state. It's like,
you know how they talked about, Drake cosplaying? Like, yeah, Elon really does cosplay as an American. Look at him. You see he got the belt buckle on with looking like a cowboy. Racer jacket on. He's trying to appeal to, I guess, the biker community. Like, bro, that's not you, bro. You grew up in the diamond mine, bro. Something like that, right? Not grew up, but like you own one. Like, that's what the people say. He came from money. I don't know. I didn't have no problem. I don't have no problem with Elon, but I'm just saying he doesn't give off genuine American. You can put this flag behind you all day, bro. I'm not buying it. And it's not as a black man, that ain't nothing. That's just the fact of like, bro, we can't be for real looking at this like, yeah, this is cool, bro. Because Schwarzenegger didn't go that hard. And Schwarzenegger was governor of damn California. California. On the Governor Schwarzenegger. Bro, this ain't it. I don't know what is it, but this right here, it ain't it.
Everybody's gonna mobilize everywhere like crazy for the next 48 hours. And I think this will be important for the future of civilization. It's that significant.
Yeah, it is that significant that the people, it is significant that the people who are in Wisconsin actually show up to vote, I would say. Because you can see, Republican or Democrat, you see what's at stake, the judicial parts, but there are a lot of other seats that are up at stake. In Florida, we have 2 congressional seats that open from appointments to the Trump cabinet that some didn't fall through, some did. But either way, we're going to see what happens on election night. Either way, it's your boy Hip Hop Lobbyist. I appreciate you tapping in and watching Vice President Musk and his press conference, his town hall in Wisconsin.